Hello, everyone. Good evening. If you guys would do me a favor, this is such a small group. If you guys could turn your cameras on just so I can get to see who you are and it's not just me all by myself. This is the reason we do the Zoom is, we're not in the same city, we're not in the same room, but at least on Zoom we can be in the same room. So I'd really appreciate if you guys could turn your cameras on for me as we go through this training. And I'm going to get into that with you guys now. Very happy to be here with you guys tonight. Welcome to the team. First and foremost, thank you for being a part of this incredible journey. You guys, this has been the most amazing thing that I've ever done in my entire life. And you guys are not just joining a team, you guys are stepping into a movement that has the power to impact lives around the entire world, and it starts with you. What you guys have in your hands is absolutely amazing, life-changing, and can change your financial future like nothing else. So, how does that all happen? Well, it begins what with matters most, and that is this right here, your mindset, this brain between your ears, and managing that. The way you show up for this business is going to determine exactly how fast and how far you were going to grow. And this is the cool thing. When you guys decided to jump into this business, you became an entrepreneur overnight. Maybe some of you guys are already entrepreneurs. But what does that mean when you're an entrepreneur? It means it's your business. It's a business you can sell, it's a business you can control, it's a business you can make whatever you want to make. And that means that you're building something real, something with a real purpose. This is a device that nobody has access to except for you to give them access to it or anybody else that's in this business currently. And this is your business. So you got to treat this business with seriousness. You got to treat it with consistency, and you got to treat it with the heart that it deserves. If you put all three of those things into this business, I promise you, you're going to build something really, really special. So you got to learn everything you can. There's a lot of resources out there. We have more resources coming in August. We've got a website, we've got a school platform. We're gonna have much, much more for you guys. There's stuff on the LifeWave website. There's resources that Lola and Evelyn's already sent to you already. We've provided a lot of resources. Those resources are going to get better, but you got to take the time to go through them because knowledge will create confidence. I remember when I started. I was like, man, there's a lot of information to learn. And it was a little overwhelming, but I decided that I was going to learn everything that I possibly could. And so when knowledge creates that confidence, confidence will drive momentum in your business. So every week, Mondays, we have these onboarding calls. I showed up to like 10 onboarding calls because I wanted to hear it over and over and over again. I will tell you, Jeffrey on here, you see his name on here. He shows up every single week to listen to this because he wants to get better and better because what we want to do to be able to scale this business is duplicate. So if you could talk good about this business, and I know right now it's like, oh, there's so much. We're here to help you with that. But we also want to give you tools in the future so that you can scale and you can help as many people as well. And that's when this thing really blow ups, right? So show up every week. Monday we have onboarding. Tuesday we have these information or opportunity calls where you can invite people into these calls that want to understand the business or hear about the business, and you can get their opinion on what they think about the business. Then on Wednesdays, we have a training call every single week. So Monday, 6 Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday, 7 Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday, 6 Eastern Standard Time. And I understand life's going to get in the way sometimes, so you can't attend live. Well, the cool thing is we record them. Make it a priority to watch the replays. If it's on your walk in the morning, if it's on your way to work in the morning, if it's going to the bathroom, whatever it is, just make sure you watch them and keep putting information into your brain. Every training that you guys watch is going to be a step forward in your growth. Every single step. Every call is a chance to sharpen your skills and build your belief and help you with your repertoire, help you with your articulation about this business. It's not a hard business. Matter of fact, Mike, my upline always says, listen, the smarter you are, the harder it is for this business. You don't need to be a rocket scientist. You don't need to be a scientist. You don't need to be a doctor to talk about this business. It's a very, very simple business to talk about. And then another important thing is belief. Belief is everything. This product isn't just another supplement or a gadget. It's not. This is technology that is going to change humanity. And you must believe that through and through. When you truly believe that, Sharing will become natural for you. It's going to become very, very easy. And then passion is going to become contagious. And then you're going to want to share with every single person. So what you have to start now is just planting seeds everywhere you go. And here's the best part. You guys aren't doing this alone. You have my wife and myself and Evelyn and Justin and Lola. You have a huge team of people that are going to try to help you every step of the way. We've created a system for you. Like I said, we're getting ready to launch a website, a school training platform so that you have all the information and all the tools that you need to be successful. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. We've already invented it. Just follow the one that's proven to work. Invite people to our opportunity calls. Use the tools that we're going to give you. Use the tools that are on our website. Use the tools in school. Leverage the team. And when you do that, we all rise together. And that's what this business is about. That's what's so great about this business. The greatest thing in the world is we have no bosses with no expectations. The double-edged sword part of that, though, is you got to drive yourself. Because I'm not going to be calling you every day. My wife's not going to be calling you every day and see what you're doing. You got to have the self-motivation and the self-drive. But I can tell you this, my wife and I, we are here for something bigger than ourselves. My wife left the company making $250,000 a month. This isn't just about sales. It's about transformation. It's about being part of something special, something so rare, something that the world right now desperately needs. From a wellness standpoint, from a wealth standpoint, and from a community standpoint. So many people are divided right now, and what we want to do is bring people together. So, what I want to do first, I want to walk you through the back office, all the basics of the back office so that you kind of understand where everything is and you can get familiar with everything and learn how to navigate it like a pro. It's a very, very easy back office, but I want to go through some of the really big and most important things inside of the back office. All right, so let me share my screen real quick. So this is your back office here. So this is when you log in, whatever username you signed up with and your password, this is what it's going to give you. It's going to show you your name right here. Our team name is Wellness Revolution. So that's what shows up right here. But the first thing you want to do is click on your name and you're going to want to update your profile. So how you update your profile is go to change settings and it's going to pull up your profile to change anything in there. So you can see all your account settings like your picture, your company name, how you want to be recognized, all the things in here. You can go in here and edit your contact information. You can go through all of this and see what you want, how you want this thing to be set up, okay? And then you go through your profile, your addresses, payment methods, all this stuff. Just go through there and click on each box and just edit that. That's how easy it is to update your profile. The other thing is you want to change legs, okay? What I mean by that is every other person that you sign up in the business, you put on right and you put on left because it's a binary plan. So there's only two legs. They can either go on your right or your left. And how you change it every single time is right here. Build left, build right. Now, if you bring somebody in the business and they're doing really, really well and they're creating a lot of business, you might want to build on the left side because you get paid off of having an even organization. But this is where you change it right here. Same place. You're going to go in, change settings, and then it's going to pull up down here. This is where you change build left and build right. Okay. Now, how do you check your monthly subscriptions to find out if the people enrolled or even yourself has a monthly subscription? So right here, there's a tab right here that says monthly subscription orders. You're going to click on that right there. And this is going to tell you if you're set up for monthly subscription. Why is it important for a monthly subscription? Well, the reason why is for you not to lose volume in your organization. Now, everyone on this call, most of the people on this call are in our organization on our left side. We're enrolling a lot of people on our left side. We've enrolled 900 people on our left side. With a binary plan, all those people also go under you, and all that volume goes under you. But if you're not active with at least one auto ship every single month of the X39, you could lose all that volume, which is money. Now, if you're getting paid and you're in the comp plan, which is changing in August based on volume, if you're a manager inside the comp plan, you can make money every single week off of people in your organization. If you don't have at least two patches a month, two packs, you can't get paid, right? Those are packs for you or packs to share or patches to share, whatever it is, but you have to have two every single month. The FTC requires this for you to stay active and get paid in our organization. But when you click on that monthly subscription, it's going to pull up. This is what we are on monthly every single month. We're spending almost 700 a month on stuff for my wife and I. Okay. Now, if you see that you don't have anything here, how you update your monthly subscription is you go to store and you go to patches. Okay. You click on patches and you go down to the X39, which is the most amazing one that we have. And then you scroll down a little bit and you're going to see down here where it says add to monthly subscription order. Okay. And it shows right here, patches have been added to your auto order. That's not exactly true. What it does is it adds it to your cart. Okay. Then you have to go and check out. Okay. Then you're just going to go through the process. After you do that, after you check out and put all the information in, just go back in and make sure that it's showing up under your monthly subscription orders like I showed you before. Is it showing up here? Then that means that you were set up. When you set your monthly subscription order up, whenever you signed up, make sure you do like 29 days, just so that you don't have any problems of becoming inactive and losing any volume or any money in your business. Okay. Now, how do you find your enrollment link? Okay. The way you find your enrollment link is you go up here to organization and you click on enroll new. Okay. I'm going to click on global enrollment. All right. And you can see up here, this link right here is my global enrollment link. Okay. So I'm going to click I'm not a robot. It seems like the site is a little slow. And this link right here, when you see this page, this is your enrollment link. What I want you to do is I want you to copy and paste that. If you're doing it on your phone, it's on the bottom if you're on an iPhone, and you copy and paste that link and just drop it in your notes. That way, if anybody says, "Hey, well, I'd like to sign up and join the business," this is the link that you give them to sign up. Now, if they're a customer and they only want to just buy it as a customer, you got to go down here to preferred customer program, click on that. And then this is your preferred customer link. So if they don't want to join the business and be an entrepreneur, they just want to be a customer, copy and paste this link into your notes. That way, when somebody asks you for it, you can very easily send them this link. Okay. So that's how you send out your enrollment link. Now, also, if you want to check your personally enrolled people who personally enrolled in your organization, how you could do that is you go in here to organization and enroll a team report. That's going to help you figure out who you personally enrolled and what leg they're on if you're ever looking for what leg they're on. Okay. So if you click on that enroller team report, this is going to show you the people that enrolled in your organization and what leg they're on. Okay, you can scroll over here. It's going to tell you left leg, right leg. That's how you can tell who you personally enrolled in your team. Now, if you want to say first three levels or full enrollment tree, you can see that as well. But personally enrolled, people that you personally enrolled, that's where you go to find that. Okay. Now, how do you check commissions? Well, when you come in to your home screen, the commissions are on the front page, right? This is current to date each week that's come in. The other way you can check commissions is go into commissions, click commissions. And this is this week so far. It's Monday. And you go down, you can check your cycle bonus, your matching bonus, your product introduction bonus, and your customers that signed up, retail and VIP and preferred customers. This is where you check out how many you have, right? So we have one this week so far of personal and one, two, three, four, five, six customers this week already, right? I can see so far this week, that's what we signed up. And you can see all your commissions right here. This is real time and it updates like every 3 minutes. So this is where you can see your commissions and where you're making money. Okay. That's how you check commissions. The the new comp plan is coming out August 1st, and I'm going to cover that with you in a minute. Okay. But it's really important to get to manager, and how you get to manager is through volume. And I'm going to cover that in a minute. Okay. How you upgrade your package. So you're going to go up here to store. So let's just say you start off as a core and you're like, you know what? I want to sign up as an advanced because I want more passions to hand out to people, which I'm going to talk to you about that in a minute as well. So when you want to upgrade your package, you can only do it once. Okay. And the way you do that is you're going to click on store and under sales tools, it's going to say upgrade package. Very simple. I don't have that because I'm already at the top package in the company because I want an inventory to hand out. So you go and just upgrade package and it's going to give you an option, either upgrade to advanced or upgrade to premium. That's how you upgrade your package if you want to upgrade or someone on your team wants to upgrade their package. Okay. Now, sorry, I'm about to sneeze. Ah. Okay. The other thing that I want to show you guys on here is the education and resource tab. These are good tabs to go in and learn. All right. So you can click on education and you're going to see a lot of things in here about compensation because the compensation plan is changing. So this is a very, very good um, tab for the compensation plan and learning. Also, resource tab, just click on each one of these things and go in there. And there's just information in there that you can learn about the company and videos and the new products coming out. It's just a good tab. Just get familiar with this website and go through every single thing in here. You can't break it. So just get in here and learn every single thing about it. All right. So that's the basics, you guys. Those are the very, very basics of the back office that I want you guys to know now. I don't want to give you too much information. Week by week, you're going to learn different things about this. Right now, what I want to talk about is the hardest part of the business. And it's the hardest part of any business, actually, not just this business, but the hardest part of any business. And that's talking to people consistently and getting into a conversation, right? So we got to talk to people, but the hardest part is getting into the conversation with people. So I want to make that really, really easy for you. And I want to first talk about what not to do when you get in the conversation, right? Because one of the things that I always want to learn in my life, and if you ever read my book, Success Psyche, one of the things I tell you is my main thing in life is I want to learn everything not to do. Because if I learn everything not to do, I'm going to not lose money or as much money. I'm not going to waste time or as much time. So I want to learn what not to do because mistakes cost you money typically, or they cost you time, which time is money. So the thing that you don't want to talk about with anybody first off in the conversation is this is a network marketing company, an MLM company, a direct sales company, because that's going to just throw people off, right? They're going to feel like you're selling them. They're going to feel like it's, a pyramid scheme, which pyramid schemes don't exist, you guys. They're illegal in the United States and everywhere else in the world. They are illegal. They're a Ponzi scheme. You can't do that. That's the reason there's so much regulation inside of this business, which I like. Okay. The other thing is don't talk about how much money and the comp plan. Okay. Because if you sell something too good to be true, then it usually is. Now you can talk about what you're going to do. And this is what I'm going to do, but don't talk about what you're making or lie about what you're making to people. Okay. Don't do that. That's another thing not to do. The other thing is do not talk about how much money other people are making. Okay. Because again, it's going to sound too good to be true. So don't talk about those things on the front. What I want to teach you now is how to get into a conversation in the first place. And that is leaving people with themselves. It's a very, very easy practice to build rapport, to get people to like you, and to get people to trust you. Okay. And how you do that is there's a common question that relates with everybody, and that's their identity. And people's identities are usually attached to what they do. We spend 8 to 10 hours a day what we do for a living. Now, that could be a stay-at-home mom because that is the hardest job in the world. And if I talk to a stay-at-home mom, I'm going to tell them that's the hardest job in the world. It's harder than anything that I've ever done, and I would not want your job. So I always ask people what they do for a living. And if they say they're a stay-at-home mom, then I'll be like, wow, that's a really hard job. It's a tough job every single day to raise kids and to be responsible for bringing up amazing kids. But if they tell me they work at Target, if they tell me they work at a restaurant, if they tell me they work at a factory, if they tell me that they work at a car dealership, whatever it is, I'm going to continue to ask a couple more questions. I'm going to ask them how long they've been doing it. I'm going to ask them to tell me one thing that they love about their job. Like, what's one thing you love about your job? And that's how I ask the question. A lot of times people will tell me they don't like anything. And if they tell me what they love about the job, it's just information. And I don't want you to react in this conversation about this business or about anything. I just want you to gather information. And then I'll ask people to tell me what's one thing you would change about your job or about what you do for a living. A lot of people tell me time, weekends, working evenings, not making enough money. I don't really like what I do for a living. I don't really enjoy it. I just do it to make money. Again, I'm going to gather. I'm not going to react to that information. Because normally when I ask them those questions, the next thing that's going to come back to me is, well, what do you do? Even if I know them, if you think you know someone, just ask them, are you still doing this? When they say yes, wow, how long have you been doing that again? What do you love about that job? What would you change about that job? So it's really, really easy to get into this conversation. And then they're going to ask you, what do you do? And that's when you have to have your 30-second commercial. And this is my 30-second commercial. When people ask me what I do, I say I'm a serial entrepreneur. I own over 7 different businesses. But the two that I'm most excited about right now is stem cells and my financial services agency. And they're like, oh, stem cells. What's stem cells? What are you doing in stem cells? I'm like, well, what do you know about stem cells? Like, I mean, I just know that people are doing them. They're going to, Costa Rica or Panama or Mexico to get stem cells. I'm like, do you know why they do that? Did you know from when you're born until 30 years old, 50% of your stem cells go dormant? Do you know what your stem cells do for you? They keep inflammation out of your body. They help you heal. They help you sleep. They help you feel good. They help you recover. They're like really, really important. And did you know between the age of 30 and 60 that 95% of your stem cells go dormant in your body? Isn't that crazy? That's why athletes at the age of 30 really start to decline in their career. And it takes them a lot longer to recover and they have a lot more injuries. And that's why 60-year-olds between 60 and 80, you really see a decline in people's mental acuity, in their health and disease, because our stem cells are dormant. And I have a device that's absolutely changed my life. I'm 52 years old and I feel like I'm 22 years old again. It's absolutely changed my life. And they're like, what is this thing? I'm like, are you serious? You haven't seen this? You haven't heard about this? This is the craziest, most successful thing that I've ever done in my entire life. And they're like, oh my God, how do I get it? Oh, it's so easy. You can get it one of three ways. I can either get it to you as a customer for retail, which is like 150 bucks a month, which is like $5 a day. But nobody really ever does that because you could buy it wholesale as a customer for 100 bucks a month, which is like $3 a day. Or you could become an affiliate with a company like me and you just share it with people like I'm sharing with you, and the company actually pays you for that. Which one sounds most appealing to you? And I give people a choice because this is what I want to do. I always want to meet people where they are, not where I want them to be. If they're not comfortable sharing, they're like, oh, I'm not a salesperson, I'm not good at this. That's cool. I'm going to make you a customer. Once it works really, really well and you feel like you need to tell everyone in the world, then I'll make you a brand partner inside the company. So that's how I get into a conversation with every single person. I do, listen, if you started this business, you're probably doing something else. If not, you could just say, hey, I'm in the stem cell business. What's that? Take it off your back. You haven't heard of this thing? What do you know about stem cells? Did you know between the age of 0 and 30, you lose 50% of your stem cells? Did you know between the age of 30 and 60, you lose 45% of your stem cells? Do you know what stem cells does? So just watch this over and over and over, you guys, and have this conversation. I promise you, if you have this conversation with conviction and belief, you'll have people signing up left and right. Now, some other questions that I'll ask people. If I see somebody drinking an energy drink, and why are you drinking an energy drink in the morning? Oh man, I didn't sleep that well. I'm tired. What if I told you I had something that you didn't have to put all those chemicals and stimulants and stuff in your body that's destroying your insides, and you could use your own body's resources? What is that? You haven't ever heard of the stem cell patch? It's given me more energy and mental clarity than I've ever had. Matter of fact, true story, I stopped drinking coffee 10 months ago. I don't crash anymore. I don't need coffee. What? I love coffee. I know I could drink coffee too, but it has a lot of pesticides in it. Do you know coffee has more pesticides than anything else that we ingest? I'll look for people in pain. We have a patch called LifeWave that I pair up with the X39. It removes people's pain in 15 seconds. 15 seconds. It blows people away. You want to see people be like, what? I'll ask them what they're dealing with. You mind if I put a patch on you, see if I can get that pain gone? But you got to look for the opportunity. You got to look for the opportunity to get into conversations. Here's another thing I do. I'll go online and I'll research wellness companies that are in our same space, in the direct sales space. And I'll reach out to them on social media and I say, hey, listen, I'd love to hear about your opportunity. Most people reach out to people, want to talk about their opportunity. That's not how you get in a conversation, you guys. That's not how it works. If you let people talk about their opportunity, it's going to work like charm. So what happens is they start talking about their opportunity. That sounds awesome. They're going to ask me what I'm doing currently. And I'm going to say, hey, listen, I'm with LifeWave. I'm in the same type of business, but I'm looking to do another stream of income. I want multiple streams of income. And so my company allows that. And so I want to add something that kind of pairs up with it well. Does your company allow you to do another direct sales company? 99% of the time, they're going to say no. I'm going to say, what? That's crazy. Why would they let you? And then I talk about my compensation structure and I talk about my business model. Maybe they're not ready right now, but I've had a few people come over doing this. And people in the industry, in the space, bringing them over, bringing experienced people in is amazing because you can grow a lot faster. Social media. I know some of you are going to say, I only have 200 followers. If you get 10% of your followers, that's 20 people. 20 people in your business pay you probably $3,000 or $4,000 a month. You got 1,000 followers, that's 100 people. 2,000 followers, that's 200 people. Oh, I'm not good at doing videos. Got to get over yourself. I'm telling you, you got to do videos. Listen, when you take a photo of yourself, the first person you look at in the video is you. You don't look at anybody else in the video. When you do a video, you're very critical of the video that you just done. Don't watch the video. Do the video, post it. Do the video, post it. The more videos you do, the more better you're going to get. But talk about the product, talk about the opportunity. Friends and family. These are your worst critics, but they're the best people to practice on. They're going to tell you the truth. They're going to give you the real deal. They're going to try to shoot you down. They're going to try to discourage you. But go practice on them. You never know. If you're excited, you believe, and you have enough conviction and passion, they might sign up with you. People you went to school with, people you've worked with, people that were on Facebook, people you went to college with. Pull out your phone. Go through all the contacts in your phone. You'd be surprised how many contacts. You probably have three, four, 500. You could close 10% of those. That's the number, 10%. You got 400 contacts, that's 40 people in your business. The way I do it is I'll just reach out to somebody that I haven't talked to in a while on my phone. I'll dial them like, hey, Mike, what's going on? And they're like, hey, wait, this doesn't sound like Mike. No, this is Mike Johns. We went to high school. Oh my God, how are you doing? What are you up to these days? I got into a conversation. He tells me what he's doing. I tell him what I'm doing. And then it just goes from there. You don't have to overthink this business. Don't make it more difficult than it has to be. The main thing you have to do, you guys, is you have to patch people. That's why having an inventory is important because taking this off and showing people and then taking one out and putting it on someone and getting some patches for them to see and feel a transformation is really, really important. You'll get your investment back 10 times over, but just talking about it is not as effective as then putting it on and then feeling something in 3 to 4 days. Okay? So, comp plan. How does this comp plan work? And let me pull this up. So, these are the comp plan enhancements, and I'm not going to get too far into detail because I just don't want to confuse you guys. As you guys see this over the next month, you'll start to understand it. But we used to have 6 ranks in the company, and they went from 6 ranks to 12 ranks, which is a good thing because it gives you a little bit more easier step to get to each rank. So you can see on the side there's 12 ranks from brand partner to 3-star presidential. The enhancement that they made to the comp plan, which is amazing, is they went from a 20% to up to a 40% commission on customers. So the most you could make before was 20%. Now you can make up to a 40% commission on customers that you bring into the business. And then there's also a product introduction bonus that we didn't change. The only thing that changed is we added in one more level, which was Advanced Plus. So for every person that signs up, like on a core, if you get a core to sign up, it's a $35 commission. Advanced is a 75. Advanced Plus is 165, and a premium is a $405 commission. That's a one time when they sign up and start the business, you get that commission on those product packs. And then the other thing that they added was a business launch bonus. So after you hit one star manager of the company, which is like $750 in volume. So that's all you need is $750 in volume. Before it was to hit a manager, you had to have four people in the business. So if you have $750 in volume, you get paid up to $25 a week. If you hit a two-star manager, which is $1,500, you can get $50 every single week for 9 weeks. All right. Now, when you bring someone in and they do the same thing and they get a 25 or $50 bonus, you get half of that. This didn't exist before. So this is a great thing that you can make when you first launch your business and start making some money. The other thing that they added into our commission structure that wasn't there is a unilevel bonus. And what that means is you get a percentage as an act when an active brand partner signs up as a level one bonus, whatever they make, you're making 3% of what they of their PV. So whatever they bring in the business of the PV, you get 3% of that, all the way up to a three-star director, you're getting 7%, and you're getting paid when you're a three-star director, three levels down. So if someone you sign someone up, then they sign someone up, and they sign someone up, you're getting a percentage of their PV when they come into the business. This is a really, really big thing. And then our binary bonus existed before. I'm not going to tell you what it was before because it doesn't matter because it was a little bit more confusing. But now you're just making a percentage of what their weaker leg is. So the way this works is let's just say you have $20,000 of volume on your left leg and you have $15,000 on your right leg. Well, you get paid on the lesser volume of that as long as it's equal to. So you get paid that 10% on that $15,000. So you get paid $1,500 every single week on a $15,000 volume. Okay. So the higher the volume, the more you make every single week. So this comp plan is paid every single week on Tuesdays. Okay. Then you get a mentor matching bonus. This is another one that changed. We used to get paid three levels only. Three levels. Now it pays down to six levels. Okay. And the unique thing about this is it compresses. And what I mean by compresses is let's say that you're the third level that you brought in or the fourth level you brought in is not doing anything in the business whatsoever. And your level five and level six is they'll move up so that you're making money on every single person in your organization that's actually doing something. This is insane that they added this in. We didn't have this before. There was no compression. If your level two and three wasn't doing anything, you just didn't make any money off of them. But if your level two and three is not doing anything in this business, your level four, five, and six can roll up to that position so that you're making money on every single thing. This is another thing that was an enhancement in the comp plan that did not exist before. When you hit certain ranks in the company, a one-star director, they pay you a $500 bonus. When you hit a one-star executive, they pay you a $5,000 bonus. One-star presidential, $50,000 bonus. Two stars, 75, and a three-star, 100,000. And when you hit three-star presidential in the company, you get a his and her Rolex from the company. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And this comp plan pays out over 60% of revenue to the field. 60%. Most companies pay out anywhere between 32 and 43%. And this company pays out 60% of its overall revenue to the field. Amazing, amazing, amazing comp. So at this time, what I like to do with you guys is I like to open it up for Q&A. I know I just dumped a lot of information. What I don't want you to do is be overwhelmed. I don't want you to have any fear about this business. I promise you, 4 to 6 weeks, you're going to understand a lot about this business as long as you keep showing up to the trainings and understand and watch the resources that we've sent out to you so that you can go out and know how to talk about this business with people. The only thing I would say is don't try to talk like a doctor. Don't try to talk like a scientist. Just keep it very simple because if you try to talk like that, then people that you're talking to are not going to feel like they can do like that. So I keep it very, very, very simple. So if you guys can unmute if you'd like and ask a question. You can put it in the chat, and I can get it translated, and someone will translate it to me. If you're more comfortable speaking in Spanish, we have an interpreter. If you join later, there's interpretation on here. So you click on the interpretation. If you're on your phone, click the three dots. You can speak to me in Spanish. I'll understand exactly what you're saying to me, and I'll speak back to you in English, and then my interpreter will Spanish. So whatever you're comfortable talking to me, don't feel like you need to speak English to ask me a question because that's why we have the interpreter on the call. So would anybody like to ask a question after all of that information that I just downloaded on you guys? And are there any questions in the chat? I guess I should ask.
Jay, hi,
Yes.
good afternoon.
Hey, Carolina.
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. Jay, how am I able to see in my back office the customers that have purchased?
Okay, so each week, if you go into, I'll share with you.
Believe I forgot it. It was about, oh, what was it? I'll ask you later. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry. If you think about it, if you think about it while I'm answering another question. But you guys, listen, the reason we get on here is for these questions. So if you have a question, just make sure, like, there's no stupid question. There's not a stupid question. Ask whatever question is on your mind because I'm sure it's something that someone else is thinking. Like, for me, questions are teaching other people, right? So when it pops into your head, there's a lot to this business. There's a lot that I covered. And so what the quicker you can answer these questions and the quicker that you can start talking about this business with people, the better off you're going to be. And that way you're not stuck. You thought of it, Priscilla?
Sí.
Yes.
Supongamos que tú
Imagine,
hablas
like
con
you
una persona
said,
y
that
te
I'm
dice, mira,
talking to
¿cuánto me
someone
puedes cuál es
about
el
the
la
patches. What
recomendación
is the
de
recommendation of the
obsequiar
amount of patches that
los
I
parches
should
para
give
que la
out
persona
for
los
them
pruebe?
to try them?
Unos
That's
10,
a
Like
great question.
10?
It's a very good question, Priscilla. So I would tell you when I first started, I would give five. Okay. And then what I would realize is like, so what you don't want to do is set an expectation that they're going to feel something immediately because everyone's body is different. You know, people drink
diferente.
alcohol sometimes in excess. Some people are taking Adderall and Xanax and all these other things. So it might take them a little longer to feel something. Okay. So what I tell people is it could take anywhere from 3 to 90 days for you to feel something. Now, when I told my brother this, my brother has had chronic pain and chronic illness his whole entire life. He's dealt with stuff in his stomach and I said, it could take 90 days. And he said, if it only takes 90 days for me to feel better, that would be amazing. Now, we are a society of immediate results. We want immediate, like we do something and we want something to work immediately. And what I tell people is like, are you taking any supplements, vitamins? You know, are you taking any kind of, you know, like what is it, creatine or something that's supposed to like do, what do you feel from that? Like you take a multivitamin every day. What do you feel from that multivitamin? Oh, I don't feel anything. So it could take time to feel something for this, but most people, 80% of people will feel something between 3 and 7 days. Okay. So what I do is I give out 10, and there's these sleeves
10. Eso estaba pensando yo.
just like
10.
this. They're
Ok.
small. You can order them on the website. Okay. There's like, I think
Sí,
they're 20 for $5
sí.
and they come sealed. And I put 10. I give out 10 now. So I put 10 in here. I seal it. And what I do when I see someone I'm talking about it, I zip it open, bop, bop. I take it out and I patch people. Okay, I don't just give them to them. I actually use the first one on them. If it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm gonna tell them to take it off by 9 or 10 o'clock at night. But it's really, really important that you wear this
Oh,
12
pues,
hours every single day. So put it next to your toothbrush, put an alarm on your
sí.
phone, make sure you put it on at 6, 7, 8 in the morning, whatever time you wake up, and take it off at 6, 7, 8 at night. But the other really most important thing about this patch is you got to drink plenty of water. And plenty of water means half of your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 140 pounds, it's 70 ounces of water. Now, there's two side effects that come with this patch. You could feel a little tired, or you could get a slight headache. And if either two of those things happen, which are the only two things that can happen, all that means is you need to drink more water. As soon as you drink more water, it's like drinking a cup of coffee. The reason why you're going to feel sleepy or the reason you're going to have a headache is because your body is detoxing. When you wake up stem cells in your body, those stem cells go to work to get the toxins out of your body. And when you're trying to get rid of toxins in your body and you're not hydrated, then your body is going to react and speak to you and tell you it's dehydrated by telling you you have a headache or you're tired. So that's what I always tell people when I hand these out. So the right answer is after about 3 months, I figured out that I give out 10
10.
patches every time I meet somebody. So I know that was a long answer, Priscilla. I'm sorry, but I just wanted to give you some backstory that I've gone through this. It
Sí,
was five,
no.
it was
Yo
six, and then
también
it
lo
was 10.
pensé.
I actually
Lo
thought the
pensé,
same thing.
decía
I
10,
was
tengo que
thinking, I
regalar, porque
think
aquí
10
tengo
would be a
contigo
good number because I
personas
don't
que
think
cada cuerpo es diferente,
5
pero yo
is
dije, a lo
enough
mejor regalo
for a
10.
lot of people. So
Pero
10 is a
no,
good number for
gracias.
me. Thank
Yeah,
you.
and I just tell people if you want the best results from this patch, you got to do two things. You got to wear it every day for 12 hours, and you got to drink. at least half your body weight in water. And when I told my wife, I said, listen, there's good news and there's bad news with this patch. The good news is you got to drink a lot of water, which is really healthy for you. The bad news is you got to drink a lot of water. And a lot of people don't drink a lot of water. They don't like to drink water.
No,
So, but I will tell you guys, not to confuse you, the company just came out with a product called Cellulize. It tastes amazing, but it makes the patch 100% efficacy. So it will make you feel energy. It'll make the stem cells happen faster. So it's on the website. It's called Cellulize, and you just put it in your water every day, and it tastes great. But you will immediately feel this punch, and it gives you mental clarity, and so it literally gives 100% efficacy to the patch. That's why David developed it. So if you guys haven't tried that, add that to your order. It's absolutely amazing. All right, guys. That's my time. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Listen, you guys, make sure if you're talking to people about this business, invite them to the call tomorrow. Just tell them, hey, listen, I'm doing this new thing. I'd love to get your opinion on it. My business partner and I are doing a call tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. I'd love to get your opinion on this new thing that I'm doing, and just invite them to the call tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. That's the best way to introduce people to this business when you don't know how to talk about it. But also get on the call so you can learn how to present the business. I'm going to show you how to present this business tomorrow night. So jump on so you guys can start learning how to talk about this. It's going to be opportunity. It's going to be about the business. It's going to be about the comp plan. So jump on that call with me tomorrow, you guys, at 7 o'clock, and invite some people to that call. Go through your phone tonight, get 2 or 3 people on that call tomorrow, and we'll get people signed up tomorrow night. All right. And then Wednesday, I'm doing a training. You guys can go into our YouTube channel. It's eventually going to be in our school in a couple weeks, but I'm doing a 90-day massive action thing on Wednesday, just talking about mindset and mentality inside of this business. So make sure you guys join that call tomorrow or Wednesday night at 6 p.m. All right. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Thank you for joining the call tonight. Welcome to the team. I can't wait to meet every single one of you and have a great business and build a great business together. Have a great night, you guys. See you later.